Under the Ackee Tree, where chefs and culinary creatives share the real story behind the heat, the hustle, the heart of the food business. I'm Andre Ayers, a chef and business owner. Each week, we sit down with people who have gone from kitchens to corner stores, building brands, shaping culture, and feeding more than just appetites. Pull up a seat, the fire is hot, stories are rich. Let's get into it. In this episode of Under the Ackee Tree, we sit down with Chef ShellyAnn Lovell, the culinary force behind formerly Firewood and now Lovelly Cakes. She's more than a chef. She's a business owner, a lecturer, a mother, and a mentor to the next generation. Whether you're a chef, a creative, or just hungry for insight, this episode brings fire and the frosting. Hi, Shelly. Welcome to Under the Ackee.
Thank you very much. So, first of all, I must say thank you for inviting me for being, I believe, it's the first person under the Ackee tree. And as much as I don't know much about Ackees, I am very honored to be under the Ackee Tree. So I have been in this industry for about 30 years. And it really doesn't seem like that because I enjoy every day of it. And it first started with a passion, and then it moved on to training others and seeing others develop their dreams through the culinary arts.
What sparked your journey into the culinary field and then evolving into owning your own business as opposed to working for someone else?
Well, my culinary dream started with seeing my grandmother and my aunt Cindy in the kitchen and wanting to be like them. And then in the earlier days, when I was around 18, I was doing my A-levels and I was doing YTEP at the same time. And that was the first time that I actually entered into the baking and pastry arts world. And I loved it. And I moved from one course to the other course and then to training in the industry and studying in the industry. And I am still here. I actually love being my own success, doing my own stuff, being my own creative, rather than building someone else's dream in the culinary world. So this is why I embrace where I am and what I'm doing at this time.
Nice, nice. So was there a pivotal moment or a eureka moment, a aha moment in your life where you realized that this is it for me, this is my career path, and I can't see myself deviating from doing anything else?
Actually, there was several pivotal times in the whole journey. As a matter of fact, very early also, I was into the media. So I worked in the media for a little bit of time, and I actually started to study media. And I was doing both at the same time. I was doing media and I was doing culinary, and I couldn't decide which side I wanted to be on. And then eventually I realized that I always gravitated towards the kitchen and in particular baking. So when I realized that baking makes me happy, baking is what I do when I'm not feeling well, baking is what I do when I'm feeling extremely excited, baking is what I do when I'm not so much on top of the world, I realized, you know what, this is the spot I want to be. I want to keep creating and trying stuff. And here I am, and I have no intentions of leaving it.
A lot of people in the industry would say you can't do both, right? You can't be a chef doing all different types of cuisines and a baker because it comes like serving two masters, so to speak. The love for baking kind of trumps all. Did you find that that was one of the key moments or key factors in you moving from the broader scape of the culinary industry into baking and pastry arts?
I will say yes. To be honest, I never liked the culinary side, the cooking in the kitchen side, the catering side. That was never really me. From the beginning, I wanted to do baking. So from YTEP, it was cake decorating and baking. And then I wanted to do more baking. And by the time I reached culinary school and I said I want to do a degree in baking, they said there's no degree in baking. That was at that time. And they said you have to do the culinary arts degree in order, culinary management degree in order to get the baking. And I said, well, okay, so it's the case. What I have found is when you niche yourself, you tend to go further in that area rather than spreading out. So it's like a tree. You can either choose to be the crown and have a lot of leaves that may end up falling out in any case, or you can go deeper, which is niching, and you develop roots, you develop strength, and you get to be a noted person in that area. So I will always recommend niching, but of course, everyone has their own goal and dream.
All right, there you have it, folks. So a tree might have many branches, but it also is important to know the rooting structure of that tree. All right. So you have built a business, right? You are known for specialty cakes, specialty desserts. You also do lecturing, so you spread that knowledge as well, right? Now, there's also another saying that those who can't do teach. But you have been breaking the barriers in that, so to speak, by doing both doing and teaching. How do you balance that scale?
That is a very good one, and it's a scale that is sometimes difficult to balance. But the thing is that I get satisfaction from both. I wasn't always doing the cakes. As a matter of fact, cakes only came on stream like about 3 years ago. And that is a whole different story by itself. But the classes is what I really get enjoyment from. Because with the classes, I get to help people build their dreams. I get to help them reach their goals. And what I really love is to see someone come and say, I don't know how to do this. I really want to learn. And then they come back and they say, I feel so proud of myself. I have made a milestone. I am doing something that brings me income. I am doing this that makes me proud of myself and have others proud of me. And this is what I want to see. I want to see people more confident about themselves, more confident in the kitchen, and most of all, making some money with it. So this is why I say the cakes and the classes, they come together. I help to see people become entrepreneurs with it.
So classes and cakes.
That's right.
All right. So how do you handle high stress days or difficult students or clients? We know those exist.
They do. They do exist. And I always look at it as me pulling someone's strings. So when the customer comes and they may be a little difficult, it's because I think they are very passionate about what they want to see at the end. They wanted to have this particular look. They wanted to have this particular taste. And so it's very fragile. And sometimes the way I look at it is like, I'm only dealing with this customer for a time, and then they may not need a cake for a while again. So, and even with the students, it's the same thing. I may just be dealing with them for a while, but I have them to achieve what they have to achieve and they move on. It has never been bad to the point where I don't want to see somebody else again or anything like that. And one of the things I always hear is, Chef, you are so patient.
Wow.
You have patience like I've never seen before. So, just take some deep breaths and try to just move on cool along the way.
All right, so I guess in that temperament of patience is what would give you the edge in terms of being an infectious lecturer or trainer, right? To have students that would do repeat courses from you when you offer various courses and coming back and giving you that feedback, and you would take the joy from seeing their growth, whether it be incremental, whether they do it personally or professionally, right? And that way your network grows, right? Now, another taboo topic in the industry is sharing of talents and recipes. Some people feel like, there's a secret to it, right? Now, as a lecturer, somebody who molds minds and would help troubleshoot with persons who mightn't just get it off the bat, right? Do you have a line that is drawn, a proverbial line that is drawn in terms of what you would share, or are you of the belief that knowledge is infinite and you should just share it across the board?
Yeah, knowledge is definitely infinite. I don't understand why you would want to hold on to a recipe from eons ago when things would have changed over the years. At least that's the way I see it for myself. I will always teach you what I use because I know that works. So whenever I'm having a class, I let them know these are the recipes that I use. all the pictures that you've seen, this is what I would have used.
Right.
I can't teach you. You would have seen a picture. You like the cake. You say, I want to learn that. And then I'm teaching you with another recipe.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Okay.
So the way I look at it is once you give, you get more.
Understood.
And if you give more recipes, you get more recipes. If you are constantly looking for answers and looking for new recipes, looking for new ways of doing things, you will find it. But if you hold on to the old, there's no space for anything new to grow.
That is right.
So you give up, you let them go with it. They're going to develop their own recipes and styles in any case. Yes, and you continue to develop yourself.
Correct. Correct. So what keeps you inspired, or what motivates you to keep creating, to keep teaching, to keep going on as the years progress?
Every time students come and go, I get new ones. And they come with new ideas and new questions and wanting to see new things, as well as I am always online seeking more and looking at new things, looking at new recipes, new ways of doing things. And I want to try them. Okay. They're not just things that I see and I say, okay, that looks nice. I actually get it. Sometimes I'm lying down, I'm watching something and I say, I have those ingredients. Get up one time and I do it. And I fascinate myself, I fascinate others. And every time I do something, I say, I'm sure I can take this a little further. And I go back and do something, go back and do something. And as you say, knowledge is infinite. It never stops.
Everybody has their own idea of success, right? What is your idea of success when you started versus now when you have spent more time?
For me, success back then was the little wins. Okay. The smaller goals, just making it to doing another cake good, to getting the colors right, to getting one little thing done. And for me now, it's actually setting annual goals for the business and knocking them off one by one before the year is done. So when I can achieve those so-called bigger goals, I see myself as being a person who has grown, who is looking for more, who is able to achieve more, and I can help the others. So the new people who coming, when I say new to the industry and so on, they're coming and I can say, well, I've been through that, and you can do this, you can try that, and then they do that, and they achieve. That is where that wanting to do more and wanting to achieve more, because I can help others with it now.
Okay. I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Wow.
All right. So one in the answer off the top of your head, no thinking about it, just whatever comes to mind, right?
Okay.
So what is your go-to late night meal?
Anything that is not healthy for you.
All right. Okay. So in the industry, we emulate certain people. We look up to certain people. Who is a chef you would have loved to cook with, dead or alive?
Wow.
And why?
Oh gosh. One of the people I really loved to admire on Food Network was Chef ShellyAnn Lovell.
Oh, okay.
And I loved her because of her pizzazz and her eccentric kind of look and attitude. And I used to say, I am her. Yeah. I feel that I have the same personality, the same energy. And when I look at the way she would respond to things in the kitchen, I said, that's the same thing I would have said. Okay. Right. So she's somebody I would have loved to be close to and just do things with her, learn from her. Just being in the kitchen with her at the same time. So, I mean, I'm sorry that she has passed on now, but there's still the videos and stuff that I can learn from and still see and enjoy her.
All right, interesting. So we should see some blonde spikes in the future?
Pink or green or yellow.
All right. Okay. So what advice would you give to young chefs dreaming of owning their own business?
Well, a lot of people think that the arts doesn't bring you an income, or it can't bring you an income. So you find people tend to shy you away from things like sports, visual arts, culinary arts, any kind of art, music. And I think that that's just a myth. You have to find your own path and cut your own way through. Yeah. There are times when the people who you expect to support you will not be your supporters. Yeah. So when you think that sometimes very close family.
Yeah.
And what do? You give up and then you build their dream.
Right.
You have to build your dream. And you have to be able to stand up and say, you know what, even though this doesn't seem like it's going to work for you, I'm going to show you. Stick with it. And day by day, you get better at what you do. And you get to show them, this is who I am and this is where I'll be.
One of the quotes I live by is it was my wake up moment. Well, one of my wake up moments. You know, sometimes you put that alarm and snooze, and you need a couple times before you actually get
You
up,
ignore
right?
it.
And one of them was, if you don't spend time building your dreams, somebody will hire you to build theirs. And that was a big wake up moment for me. Right. So it is interesting that you should touch on that.
Correct.
And it is true that support is a funny thing. So sometimes the people that you would lean on or look towards for support are the ones that not seeing your vision, your dream. And sometimes, often more than not, you have to mute those voices,
Right.
listen to yours, and trot on. So
That's
interesting
right.
advice, Chef Shelly. What legacy would you like to leave? What it is you want to be known for? What indelible mark you would want to leave on this culinary industry?
I really love that question. Recently, I was having a Facebook Live, and there were people coming in from all over the world, and they were making their comments and so. And one of the comments I saw is someone said, "My mom, if she was alive, she would have been so impressed with you." Her name was
Wow.
Sylvia Hunt.
Right.
And when the person said that, I was so excited because Sylvia Hunt is an icon in the kitchen for us in Trinidad and Tobago. I would have grown up seeing her on television cooking so many local stuff.
Right.
And even though she has passed on so many years, you still find people looking for her books and looking to see what she would have done in the kitchen and so.
Right.
And this is what I want to leave. This is the legacy I want to leave. I want to know that when I have passed on, there would be people who can still say, I learned that from Chef Shelly. Or anybody saw Chef Shelly's recipes, anybody has her recipe. I want to do this the way that she would have done it because she really made a difference in the kitchen. Her stuff used to come out good. And so that is what I want to do. I want to know that I would have helped people along their journey. And even though I've passed on, I am still helping them along their journey. And they can say, I am a success because of this woman.
Could we look forward to a recipe book, an ebook,
Ooh.
something motivational or inspirational in the future from Chef Shelly?
Well, I have been asked that question several times and I have always ignored it. I had students some years ago that said, Chef, when are you going to make a book? We want to get your book. I've had people from abroad that say, we're not seeing a book from you. When are you going to start it? I do not know if I am ready for that.
Right.
I know everyone else would say, yes, you are. It is definitely something I can put on my list of things to do.
All right.
And at some point look at it. But if you want the recipes, they are there. They are available.
All right. No gatekeeping over here.
No
folks.
gatekeeping at all.
Directly from the chef herself.
Not at all.
But we will try to look out for that book.
Oh boy.
We will press for that. There's one or some of the quotes you would live by, some of the mantras that Chef ShellyAnn Lovell would live by.
If you don't see a staircase, create one.
Okay.
So if you want to go up and there is nothing around you to take you up and above, then by all means you create your own staircase and go up. And then the one that I told you earlier, you don't have a path, create your own path. If you cannot find one, if you don't have anybody to help you, take your cutlass, your tree line, whatever, your proverbial tree line, cut your own path and get through. Because if you do not do that, you will end up in someone else's mold.
Yeah.
And that's not where you want to be. You will find year upon year going by and you're setting the same goal. I have to. I have to. I have to do this. I have to do that. Stop having to and just do.
Just do it. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Inspirational words from Chef ShellyAnn Lovell. So that's it for this episode, folks. of Under the Ackee Tree. Big thanks to Chef ShellyAnn
You're
Lovell
welcome.
for sharing her journey, her wisdom, and her fire. That's a wrap on Frosting and Firewood with Chef ShellyAnn Lovell. Pure inspiration. From cakes to classrooms to kitchens, she is proof that passion and purpose can coexist. Follow, share, and stay tuned for more stories coming from Under the Ackee Tree. If you felt inspired, learned something new, or just love great food talk, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it.
That's right.
Until next time, stay grounded, stay creative, and keep cooking up your story.